Well, his big hit Friday Night raced up the charts just in time to help launch his long-awaited debut album. Talking about Eric Paslay, and Stacy caught up with Eric in Nashville.
Well, hey there, Stormy. It looks like you're having a lot of fun there in Maine. The concert looks like it was a blast. Here at home, we're having a lot of fun in Nashville as well. I got to chat with singer-songwriter Eric Paslay, who you've probably seen his name, guys, in small print as a songwriter for some of your favorite songs. Well, now, after years of just being a songwriter, he's getting to follow his dreams and perform his own songs on his own debut album. Your name is on so many albums in the small print. As a songwriter for any A-lister you can think of in town, how does it feel to have your name on that front cover as an artist?
I've been in town over 10 years, so it's I've been waiting a while for the album to come out. So it's this was actually the first studio I ever recorded anything in Nashville, so it's cool to be sitting here talking about it now.
A lot of artists in town say, man, there are just so many really good songwriters in town, and I've got to go with what's the best song. Well, you are one of those good songwriters in town. Yeah. So how did you decipher between picking your own songs and somebody else's, and how did you pick?
I think, you know, I always think about life. It's not always the same heartbeat. You know, there's some fast ones and some slow ones, some that skip a little bit. Once in a while they break, but it's, you know, you like the feeling of a fast heartbeat the most. So there's a lot of up-tempo ones on there. There's really only one slow heartbeat on there, only one ballad. I was lost in the night, but you led me to the light. There goes lonely, here comes love.
A lot of people come here wanting to just be a songwriter and let other people take their songs. Your dream is always to be a performer as well as a songwriter.
Yeah, I just love doing both, you know, and it's awesome that other great performers have had the guts to record songs I've written. You know, people always ask, you know, why didn't you record Barefoot or Breaks Your Heart or whatever song? And it's like, man, I wasn't supposed to be the one singing it. You know, you might not have ever heard the song had the world been different, you know.
These are the songs you're supposed to be singing.
These are the songs I'm supposed to be singing. And I love singing all those other ones when I go out on the road.
Oh, people love it, I'm sure, knowing, hey,
yeah.
That's the face behind that song.
Yeah, I think people know me better than they think, you know, because of those songs, thanks to Jake and Eli Young Band and Love and Theft and Lady A and, you know, just all the great people.
Friday Night is doing so well, inching its way up. Is it different as an artist and songwriter, seeing your song climb, than it is as just a songwriter?
Yeah, it is. You know,
that smile there.
Well, it's just it's something I've been pursuing ever since I've thought about moving to Nashville, you know, 15 years ago probably, and just, you know, knowing that you're making music and people actually have a shot hearing it, and to know that it's a top 5 song on country radio, people have definitely gotten to hear it. My philosophy is if it's meant to be heard, then people will hear it, and it might not be tomorrow, it might not be in 2 or 3 years like most songs get heard. It might be in 10 or 15 years when some intern comes into a publishing company and finds an old song that was written 13 years too soon. There's songs of the year that'll never get heard, and that's all right, you know. Each song leads to the next, and eventually, you know, hopefully we make a great soundtrack to people's lives, and it makes it better for them, and it's cool to be a part of that.
Friday night. Eric's self-titled album is available in stores right now. We'll be right back.
Still to come, Travis Tritt, the hitmaker, takes on his hit man and wins. Finally this week, Travis Tritt. Look him up, kids. Your parents love him. Believe it or not, the Georgia Soul Man just celebrated his 25th anniversary in country music by throwing a special concert in a town hall in Franklin, Tennessee. I sat down with Travis to talk about his wild career journey, new music, and some of the trouble that has crossed his path over the years, including a death threat that nearly sent him over the edge.
We can dance to the radio.
Celebrating his 25th year in the business, Travis Tritt considers himself lucky to be among the select few who are still making music more than a quarter of a century after they got their start.
When I first came to town, I stuck out like a sore thumb because I had hair down to about right here when I first started, wore a lot of leather, and everybody thought that I was putting that on as some type of a bad boy image to try to tie the whole, this is not your dad or your granddad's country music. And really nothing could have been farther from the truth.
And that awful sound, the closing of the door.
The biggest thing for me as far as having longevity is being able to truly find yourself as an artist, but don't get caught up in a cookie cutter mentality. You can go your own direction and you can stand on your own.
And standing on his own is exactly what Tritt is doing with his most recent album, The Calm After.
There is absolutely nothing in this world more inspirational and more soothing than the peace and tranquility that follows a tremendous hurricane. And that's one of the reasons why we came up with the title for this particular album, because that is exactly what we're experiencing.
You may change up and some sweet hat, but corn don't grow.
6 years since his last full studio release, the project comes on the heels of legal issues with his former label and a frightening personal scare after an unstable fan threatened his life by hiring a hitman before he got caught and sent to jail. Is one of the most frustrating questions you get asked a lot, specifically by your fans. Where have you been?
I sort of plagiarized a response from LL Cool J that I heard not too long ago. He said, don't call this a comeback, because I have not gone anywhere. I've been here all along.
A lot of great stuff on this album from top to bottom. Like you said, it's the whole spectrum of Travis Tritt, but the neatest thing for you probably was the ability to add a couple of new tracks to this, including a duet with your daughter.
I know I sound like a stereotypical proud papa, but I think she really, really nailed it.
There's a reason why people don't stay where they are. Maybe sometimes love just ain't enough.
I will remind all the boys out there that want to follow her, the gun is loaded and the knives have been sharpened.
That's so funny. That's hysterical. Travis Tritt's new album, The Calm After, is available now. Well, thanks, Stacy and the rest of the Headline Country gang for holding down the fort while I stuffed my face full of lobster here in Bangor, Maine. As I mentioned, it is home to Stephen King, and we totally stocked his house. Take a look. Take care, everybody.
Through your heart.